Hello everyone. So we are working up to that lunar eclipse. It's really powerful, and sitting square the sun and sitting square the moon is that pesky Saturn in Aquarius. So Saturn is showing us where our karmic relationships, through our karmic relationships, what we need to let go of: thoughts, habits, beliefs, behaviors. So what relationships are we invested in, and the people are taking advantage of us, or they're not being honest and transparent with us? Maybe they gossip and we don't buy into that. Maybe they are deep in fear and that rubs off on us and we become fearful in ourselves. So these karmic relationships, particularly in our communities, are showing us what we need to let go of so that we can step deeply into the transformational energies of this full moon lunar eclipse. It's massive. It's huge energies, and it's it's inviting us. What can you let go of that's holding you back? And it makes me think of this beautiful book. So if you haven't read this book already, I highly recommend it. It's Don Miguel Ruiz, and it's The Four Agreements. So this is a knowledge passed on to him by Carlos Castaneda, who was a shaman in Mexico. And he's very good at putting very ancient teachings into short books. This is the Four Agreements. So we have agreements in our lives. Thousands, millions of agreements. I'll do this if you do that. I people please for you and you make me feel safe. And we have all these agreements. This book, if you follow this book, and it will take years to do it, you replace all of those agreements with four agreements. And the agreements are: number one, be impeccable with your word. So being impeccable with your word is saying exactly what you mean. It's not using half-truths. It's being completely transparent with the people around you. This is very difficult. This is possibly the work of a lifetime, because we tell little white lies, little grey lies all over the place. And it takes time to witness yourself doing it and slowly stop. If we are fully transparent in our relationships and we are impeccable with our word, we are no longer people pleasing. We're saying what we think, we're saying what we feel with love and an open heart, but we are. We're not pretending to be somebody else, to be a different way so people will like us. We are authentically ourselves. We speak our truths. The people that don't like it will go elsewhere. The people that vibe with it will be around us. And isn't that the way it should be? So number one, be impeccable with your word. Number two, don't take anything personally. This is really important as these karmic relationships are coming up, because as we fall out with people fall out with us. They make assumptions about us. They blame us for things. They do things that we think, my God, why did you do that to me? Don't take it personally. People do stuff because it's what they do. It's their pattern, it's their trauma, it's their habit, it's their belief. It's usually people are just thinking about themselves. And also when people look at you, they're primarily seeing their own reflection. So if they accuse you of something, it's probably something that's within themselves anyway. So try not to take anything personally. Those two together will eradicate most of the agreements we have in our lives if we can live them. So remember, don't take it personally. It's not about you. You do you. You be honest. You do you. You be authentic. And then if people have a problem, it's not your problem, it's their problem. Okay, number three, don't make assumptions. This links in with don't take anything personally, but we can make assumptions about things. Someone doesn't message you back and you think they've got a problem with you, or somebody says something and you take it a particular way, a hurtful way. So not making assumptions is about courageously asking questions. Ask questions. And if they give you an answer and you still don't understand, ask them to explain a little bit more. And when we come at life from an open-hearted way, in a loving way, if people take offense at us asking questions, and we check in with ourselves, and we're not doing it in a vindictive way, we're doing it in an inquisitive, curious way, they're taking it personally, aren't they? They're taking it personally. That it's their problem. If we check in with ourselves and our intent is pure, then they are taking it personally. So ask questions. And then you won't have to assume about anything, because you will ask and ask and ask until you really understand and you really know. Number 4, always do your best. Now, this one is often misunderstood. People think in this society doing your best is giving it 120%, 24 hours a day, not sleeping, always doing, taking care of everybody else and ignoring ourselves. But obviously that is not what he means. Always do your best means do your best. If your best is taking a bath and having an early night and turning your phone off and not replying to this person at this moment, that's the best you got. If you're sick and you can't get out of bed, your best isn't going to be very much. If you're feeling great and you're full of health and you're happy and life's working out well, your best is going to be a little bit better that day. So always do your best means that if you do your best, you check in with yourself and is that the best I could do? Is that the best I've got right now? And the answer is yes. You're not going to beat yourself up. You're not going to be annoyed at yourself. You're going to be like, I did my best. Like, it's not about doing 120%. It's not about going 150 miles an hour. It's about saying, is that all I've got in the tank today? Yeah, it is. Then I've done my best. So then our monkey mind isn't, criticizing us and judging us for not doing better. So the 4 agreements, as these karmic relationships come up, remember the lunar eclipse is right around the corner now, but as these relationships are coming up, they are showing us where we need to let go of thoughts, behaviours, beliefs, structures within relationships. And you are invited now to bring in these 4 agreements into your life. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. I really hope that helps you navigate this. On the other side of this eclipse, we have massive transformation that is fully aligned with our authentic spirit. And it's not about rushing headlong, because Mars is still square Neptune and retrograde until the new year. So let's not think we're rushing ahead and let's go. It's more about allowing the skins to shed and seeing the authenticity that's underneath them, and then shining bright for the whole world to see. So I'm going to go over them one more time. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. Sending you so much love.